Good morning on this July 20th. It's a Thursday, what I like to call Little Friday. Here on the Sam channel, I'm Chris Allen, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Wow, that rain yesterday was pretty incredible for a lot of us that were under that canopy of rain that kind of lasted for several hours. The most rainfall that we've seen in a 24-hour period, though, was back in Western Kentucky where they had water rescues going on. Homes are still flooded over in Graves and Ballard County. Now, that's the same area that was hit devastatingly so back in December of 2012. You remember the tornado that came through Mayfield. There, lots of Mayfield is underwater right now. It is just like a double blow, and a lot of that town has not been put back together since the tornado, and so now they're having to deal with that. Plus now intense flooding in that area, and I'm going to show you some of those totals of rainfall coming up here in just a minute. Speaking of rainfall, we've got more coming in this morning. And look at the radar showing it developing this time just a little bit south and east of Bowling Green. As we go down, say, Highway 90 and you head toward the Tennessee border and down US 127 in the general area of Lake Cumberland. Let me get in a little bit closer on the radar here so you can see what's taking warnings with these. You see that blue box there from looks like about Adolphus, Kentucky, just east of Franklin, south of Scottsville, right there along 31E. That's a special weather statement talking about the possibility of some heavy flooding or street flooding going on there. Also, a lot of lightning strikes as you head down 31E toward Westmoreland. And then you see all of this over toward Gamale and T-ville. Look at all the lightning strikes there between, looks like, what is that? Radier? The Radier community. I hope I said that right. South of Burkesville, Cumberland County, the Cumberland River, all the way down to Salina, Tennessee. So if you're traveling in that area, very heavy rainfall and lots of lightning. This is a developing complex of thunderstorms and heavy rain. That's the big deal. Not necessarily severe weather, but very heavy rainfall that is moving through that area. Here's Bowling Green. We have a few spotty showers here, and then over toward Glasgow. And then we may see more of these begin to develop as we go through the morning. There is a boundary that's laying here that is the cause of this area of rain. Notice it's a little further south and east from where it was yesterday morning when it was back further west. So it's going to be one of those days when it's going to be, you know, tricky as far as to placement and timing of these systems as they come through. I expect another one to come through this afternoon, and it too could bring us more potentially heavy rain and flooding. Therefore, flood watch again is in effect for the area. Let's take a look at all of that from the National Weather Service as they lay things out for us. Yeah, there's that possibility of strong storms. It's going to be more into the afternoon, it appears. Level 2, slight risk for practically all of Kentucky, except for the far east. Um, this is all ahead of a cold front, damaging wind, maybe some hail, possible, not necessarily, as I said, this morning, but this afternoon, I think is going to be the better time for this into the early evening hours. This is going to be in areas that have previously seen heavy rainfall, flash flooding. As you see here, heavy rainfall, cloud to ground, lightning, gusty, damaging winds, confidence in the low to medium category. So the reason why that is on the confidence meter in that position is because a lot will be determined by how much sun energy we get between the storms that you're seeing this morning off to the southeast of Bowling Green, and then what happens in between before the next round in the afternoon. So if the sun comes out for a while, I would say this would go from a little bit more medium to high in confidence that we'll get strong storms later today. And then there's the concern of the multiple rounds of heavy rainfall today and tonight. Additional rainfall of 1 to 2 inches, some exceeding 3 inches of rain. There you see this is a level 2 on the excessive rainfall. This is not severe weather threat level 2. It's excessive rainfall level 2, which puts us again in the slight risk and the medium confidence of flash flooding from Bowling Green up to about Morgantown, Brownsville, Glasgow to Edmonton, and then Burkesville, all the southern tier counties in southern Kentucky, a level 1 risk of a marginal risk of flooding and flash floods off to the north. So again, rivers, creeks, streams, low-lying areas are going to be prone to more excessive rainfall today across the area. And then for that reason, there is now a flood watch that is in effect uh, through later this morning, but that could be extended more into the afternoon for all the southern tier of counties, as I mentioned, from Warren County south and into northern Middle Tennessee, western Kentucky, in those same areas that picked up the incredible rainfall yesterday, even parts of southern Illinois and the Boot Heel of Missouri, all under that flood watch for today. So we got a lot going on. As I mentioned before, we're not done with all of this activity. We are still kind of in the throes of getting more heavy rainfall, strong storms, a possibility depending on instability, and then the possible flooding. So a lot to watch for as we go through the day. Here's a look back at the last 48 hours. The Kentucky Mesonet Network, and drawing your eye immediately is the West, and that's where we had this incredibly high record rainfall. And right there, Graves, I'm sorry, Mayfield, uh, the Graves County area, 11.28 inches. That is a new all-time record high for 24-hour rainfall. And you may think, well, back 2010, didn't we have that? Yes, it was close to that. Some of the numbers from the Kentucky Mesonet versus what the Weather Service has on record, that's why there may be a little delineation between, was 2010 higher for us because we had 8, 10, 11 inches of rain at that point back in May of 2010. And then we have this that happened yesterday. So, I mean, the records are going to be, depending on the sources, but still 11 inches. Wow. 7.5 inches. That is Callaway County, Murray, Kentucky. Then you go up to, this is going to be Ballard County, I think. Yeah. Ballard County, 9 and about 3/4 inches, almost 10 inches of rain. So those are the Mesonet sites. Some of them are kind of spread out here, but still, you can see that area painted in black. It is very, very rare that we have this level of rainfall showing up on the Kentucky Mesonet Network. So that'll go down into the history books for sure. Over there this morning, it's fairly quiet at the moment, but they're going to be in that same area for more rain, maybe another inch or two, and homes are flooded in that dark black area that you saw there. They're starting out this morning, temperatures in the 70s, muggy, and so are we here in southern Kentucky. We're starting out in the low to almost mid 70s for temperatures here as of 10 minutes after 5 as I record this podcast this Thursday morning. All right, let's go to the 10-day blender. Show you what's to come here temperature wise. We'll go mid 80s today and maybe even upper 80s if we get some sun breaking through, as I mentioned, which would add certainly to the instability factor and maybe make for some of those stronger storms this afternoon. Mid 80s tomorrow with showers finally tapering off as a cold front moves through the area. Now, that front has been laying here and just kind of wobbling back and forth, and waves of low pressure have been riding along that front. And that's why we keep having these bursts of rain that are coming through. But we're about done with this, especially by tomorrow. And things are looking good for the weekend. Look at that. 82, maybe for Saturday, low 80s, lower humidity levels. It's going to be nice, really nice. This coming weekend, mid 80s, maybe Sunday. Then we go back to mid to upper 80s Monday, Tuesday about 90, and then we see a streak of 90s as we get ready to close out July. At the end of next week, we'll see some of those lower 90s in there. But that's pretty typical once we, get toward the end of July and into August. Typically, that's some of the warmest temperatures that we have all summer long. Here's a look at the model map, and I'll go through the timing here. But again, as I've said before, timing and placement of storms always kind of tricky and iffy, kind of riding the fence here. But it's picking up pretty good on this cluster of storms this morning that's rolling right across the Tennessee border. So as we go through the day, we're going to continue to see showers and thunderstorms. And here's the afternoon activity that you see right here. And then another cluster back here to the north and west. And all of these will be moving in the upper flow, pushing it off to the south and east. So expect more of this activity in the afternoon. Instability will depend on how much sun energy that we get between what's going on right now this morning and what's going to pop up this afternoon. If we can keep a lot of clouds in here, then it may not be too bad later on. Here we go into tonight. Things calm down a bit. You can see the cold front now right there. And this is going to push through sometime late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And behind it is a nice rush of cooler, drier air, which is going to benefit us as we get into, say, Friday night into Saturday. We may see one more little pop of showers early tomorrow morning, and then the front comes through and we're done with shower activity, even though this wants to paint in something here. But I think this is just a bit of an anomaly. As we get into Friday, things will be much drier and less humid, and it's going to be a pretty good weekend for a change. We're not talking about any kind of shower activity for a change for a Saturday or a Sunday. In fact, it looks good even all the way through Monday and even maybe into Tuesday. We'll see just improved weather over what we've been this lately, this deluge of rain almost every day. Here's a look at the map, the surface map over the next 7 days. We'll put this into motion, show you the incoming showers and thunderstorms this morning. And then you see a few this afternoon, and this evening we'll get into the cold front starting to make its way into Kentucky. Overnight tonight, it pushes through and into the early morning hours on Friday, and with it will go the rain. Back behind it, we get some nice, cooler, more refreshing air. Now, this map wants to paint in something Friday night into early Saturday morning, with the possibility of rain along the Tennessee border, just kind of leftover moisture. You see a little trough, little disturbance, shortwave right here, and maybe it produces something, but I think the odds are maybe not. Here's the high pressure taking over as we get into Sunday. then into Monday, then into Tuesday. There could be some renegade showers, north central Kentucky, southeastern Kentucky, but that's it for Tuesday into Wednesday, all looking much better as we take a break. We need a break from all this rain. By the way, yesterday's high, 84, officially at the airport, 90 is the average. So we were 6 degrees shy of average. And we picked up, believe it or not, just a quarter inch of rain at the airport. And you're like, what? Just a quarter inch? Well, remember, everything kind of hit more southern Warren County as far as heavier rainfall. We had I had some reports of over an inch of rain. Southern Warren County down to, like Simpson and Allen counties where it rained a lot more, and some points off to the west picked up a lot more rain. We're only running about 2.5 inches behind pacing year to date on rainfall. So that's not bad at all. We've done a lot of catching up. All right, I'm going to head to the radio station this morning, Sam 100.7, and the morning show 6 to 10, and giving away more rides and slides tickets. And also today, KSP is back at Sam's Club here in Bowling Green. They'll be there starting at about 10 o'clock this morning, and then going through about 2:30 this afternoon, like they were yesterday, selling those $10 raffle tickets to win that 2023 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive Denali pickup truck, which will be given away the end of next month at the Kentucky State Fair. So come out to Sam's Club here in Bowling Green today, buy your $10 raffle tickets, buy as many as you want, and maybe you could be able to drive home in that new pickup truck, and all the proceeds going to KSP's Trooper Island Boys and Girls Camp. All right, you guys have a great day. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.